Hello, Facebook. How you guys doing today? Happy Monday. When you guys jump in, give me a 1 if this is the first time you're checking me out. If you have checked me out before, how about you put number 2? And if you're watching this afterwards, how about you give me a hashtag replay? Okay, just gonna wait for a little bit, see if it jumps in. Hola, saludos, ¿cómo estás, Chapincito? Daniel, how are you? Michael. Let's just build you an audience, Michael. Actually, let me put your website here in the meantime. Today, I have a treat for you guys. My dear friend decided to let me interview him. So let me just put his website in case you got questions for him afterwards. Oh, I'm putting in the wrong website. Hold on. Say hello when you guys jump in, guys. All right. Let me see if I could pin that. But it's not letting. I guess I'll pin it later. Anyhow, Michael, I know that you're very busy. So let me invite a few people over. Let's bring you in, Michael. I know you're busy. You know, if people have any questions, I'm going to put your number here so they could reach you. So let's let me see if I could get you in. Okay. So I'm sending you an invite. Hello, guys. How you guys doing? So I am adding my friend Michael to the podcast. Hey, Shamika, how are you? Hey, Michael, there you are.
Hey, Roxy.
How are you? How are you? How's your day?
Doing good, doing good. Always busy.
Awesome. So, guys, let me introduce you to my dear friend here, Michael. He has been doing management consulting for over 40 years, and he has been in the financial services for about 10 years. So, a few days ago, I was talking to him about, life insurance, how you need to protect yourself. I'm a single mom, so I need to make sure that my kids are protected. God forbid something ever happened to me. So he's an expert, and I said, hey, what a better thing to do than, than have him here to talk to you guys about life insurance, because so many people, so many of us really do not have understanding, or it's kind of confusing. You don't know, what's the best type of life insurance you could have, and he's the man to ask. So, why don't you tell us just a little bit about yourself, Michael, even though I just said just a gist, but um
Okay. Yeah. No, like you said, I've been helping people for over 40 years, and whether it's helping people in business, and that even got me into the part of being able to help people keep their businesses, and life insurance can help even in that way to transfer the wealth and the business itself. And then by helping those people, I thought, wow, there's so many people out there that need this, and just the basic questions that are out there on a daily basis, like you said with yourself. the single moms, the people that want to take care of everyone should something happen to them.
Exactly, exactly. Um, so why term over whole life or universal life? That always confused me.
Yeah, a lot of the words get kind of big or mumbled together. Term is the best way to tell somebody about that is you're renting the policy. I want it from here to here for 10 years and then it's done. It
Okay.
maybe helped you get the kids taken care of through they got through school. It got the house covered while you were trying to cover your mortgage. Whole life is going to take care of you, just like it said, for your whole life. It's never going to go away. It's going to be more expensive, but there's going to be something there at the end. And should you ever need to take money from your policy, a whole life or universal life, you have that option. In a term policy, you're not going to have any cash value in it ever.
Okay. All right. So why do you need life or annuities? I know we were talking about that as well, annuities. So I know you're the man to ask.
And annuities, people think sometimes are a bad word. You're locking your money up. You can do an annuity as small as 1 to 2 years. You can do an annuity up to 14, 15 years. Basically, what you're doing is you're taking money that maybe you've got either in a lump sum by selling a home, a 401k, or an IRA, and you wanted to move it into a structured type way of it paying you over a long term. You're going to pay into that either in one lump sum or over what they call an accumulation time, and then you're going to take an income for it later. When you're later on maybe retiring, you've taken that money and you're going to defer the taxes of it. If you were paying taxes on that money when you were younger, think of that high tax bracket that you're in, maybe 24%, 30 some percent. When you're retired, it's coming out at like 10%, 12%, and you're only paying for the money that you take out as you take it out. And while it was in there, you were getting anywhere from 3 to 6% interest on that money, depending on how long you let them keep your money, determine
Okay.
how much interest you're going to get.
So how does insurance policy can, help you pay your mortgage off early?
That's a great thing. A lot of people say, wow, my insurance is going to take care of my mortgage. If you were to buy a universal life policy, and a lot of people say, I want to make double payments on their mortgage and I'm going to pay it off in 15 years instead of 30. Once you give that money to the mortgage company, you can't get it back.
Hmm.
They may give you a second mortgage and charge you extra interest. And now you have two mortgages to get some money if you need it. But if you were to take that same amount of money that you were going to make in a double mortgage payment and put it into your universal life policy, which would even be overfunded it that way, in 15 years, the cash value that you have in there, you could either pay your mortgage off early or do whatever you wanted with it. You could go on a vacation. You've got a policy the whole time. There's the other good side of that. The whole time you were paying that money into this, you had a life insurance policy worth the same amount that you wouldn't have had if you were making double mortgage payment.
Okay. Okay. This is like so interesting to me. I know at one point I wanted to be in this industry. Like 12 years ago, I went and I actually took some classes for me to become a life insurance agent, and I went through everything. I had I was 9 months pregnant when I did that, and then I had my child, so I really didn't follow through. Is it difficult for you to start a career doing this?
The best thing a lot of people do is they do start part-time, depending on what organization you would get with. Some organizations will pay you a salary plus commission, and they'll do that for so long. Some will do it the whole time. You can imagine if they're going to give you a salary, your commission's probably not going to be as high. But once you go total commission later on, if you did, that is all your money up front right then. And also, you build what we call residuals because come January 1 the next year, you're getting paid again for the policies that you sold last year from here on. And so you've now, as you build a clientele up, that is going to be your retirement. That's going to be additional money that you earned. It's now going to be yours.
I have a few friends that are life insurance agents, and they make such a great income doing this, and they travel the world just, doing this, and they really enjoy it.
Yes,
Um, why did you pick this career?
to help people. Uh,
Okay.
being in the what I did prior to that and helping people with businesses, I was helping people, but not as many people. And the satisfaction that you see taking care of somebody, whether they're chronic, critical, or terminally ill, also, and um, making sure that that family is taken care of. There's people that will come up to you and actually hug you and say, "Thank you for talking to me 10 years ago, because I would not want to be in this position right now with no money." And a lot of people end up passing the hat. Call it passing the hat. Someone passes away. Let's start a GoFundMe account. Let's pass the hat around, see if somebody can throw some money in so we can take care of the family. That's very hard, even on the family right there. And it's very demeaning sometimes to the family to say, I need to beg for some money to take care of our family. When something simple as starting out early, and I've even started all my kids out early, and when they're 18 years old, they're buying $500,000 worth of insurance for $18.
Really? That's very
Yes,
interesting. So,
$18 a month.
someone like me, a single mom, um, I don't smoke. I'm in pretty good health. So, how much do you think I would pay for me to be able to be insured?
Depending on the dollar amount. That's the big part right there.
Let's
And
say,
depending
let's say I want to get $1 million for, my kids.
Okay. And what we use to get that number also to see how much someone really needs. Somebody says, well, they come up with some number like 50,000, 100,000. You take what your annual income is times 10.
Okay.
You come with that, that's going to take care of your family for at least 10 years with your income missing.
Okay. Okay.
So now if you want it to be longer, like what we also ask, is there a mortgage to pay off? We need to put the kids through college yet? Is there all these additional things we need to do? That all comes into that number so that there is no stress on the family. It's the peace of mind. The peace of mind is right there. Yes, they've lost a loved one, and that's going to take some time to get over. But there's no need in sitting there worrying where the next meal is going to come from. Do we get to keep our house? Where are we going to live? That's all been predetermined because they feel comfortable.
That is so amazing that, you plan ahead so that way your family is not in trouble. God forbid something ever happened to you. That's why I loved doing online marketing, because you meet so many wonderful people, and I met Michael through online marketing, and I find him such an interesting fellow. He's always telling me so much about the things that he does, and I have so much respect for him. So I wanted to share, his information with you guys. So, I put his website on the comments in case you want to reach out to him, you want to find out what insurance would work best for you. So, Michael, I have a question for you. What states do you service? You're
Right
able
now,
to get the life insurance for.
right now I'm doing just mostly Florida, but we have the ability to do Georgia and Alabama and looking into furthering up through the coast. It really comes into as the clients have called and said, hey, I need this. All we have to do is get on the phone with the insurance office there, and it's really minimal to move our license to there and get those additional states.
All right, all right. So let me ask you this. Okay, let's say I decide that, I want to use your services, and I'm in, one of the states that you are able to get the life insurance. What's the procedure in order for you to be able to get the life insurance?
Well, what we're going to do first is we're going to see what the need is. I'm never going to actually put somebody into any product unless there's the need. And
Okay.
it's going to be the product that is the need that they would need to fulfill.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're going to come up with a dollar figure. Then we're going to ask them too, there is certain benchmarks that you don't have to have medical exams. You can actually just get the policy as long as you've answered all the pertinent questions. If you've had any issues in the last 5 years, we usually ask anybody, have you taken any more than aspirin anything more than aspirin in the last 5 years? Okay, that they might tell you that. Have you been to the doctor for anything besides a cold in the last 5 years? And that'll usually prompt some other different things. And by asking those questions along those simple little lines like that, you know if someone's going to qualify real easy or not, or what type of product. Because there is products that people can get into that they call them graded benefits that for the first couple of years they don't really pay on them because you can't be really ill and get that. But
Mm-hmm.
if you survive those 2 years, then you can get that those small policies. But we see that they qualify. We're then going to put something that's into their budget. Answering your question again, nobody wants to take on something that they can't afford, and nor
Exactly.
would I want to. And if it comes down to the cable bill and the life insurance policy, I guarantee you, that cable TV, Netflix, everything like that's going to outweigh the life insurance policy. It always does because it's more fun.
No.
Um, but putting something simple in place that doesn't cost a lot, that they can just kind of put it on the back burner, don't even think about it. It's there for years, and all of a sudden they get this statement in the mail that says, I got a lot of money in there, and the family's taken care of. I've had people call me generationally wise that I've sold the policy to them. Now their daughter is calling me that she needs additional policies. Now the grandchild is calling me because grandma got them into a policy many years ago. So it's
Mm-hmm.
very, very beneficial, very rewarding to see those generations, rely on you and respect you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, most definitely. I mean, you have been doing this for a long time, and like you said, you got into this to be able to help people. And at the end of the day, I think that's what's rewarding when you get into a field that you have to deal with people. You have to be, do something like this because you want to help people. And you know, I just love asking you questions so much because again, it's like I have some, I want to make sure that my kids are protected. God forbid something ever happened to me. And you always answer my questions, and I truly appreciate that. You know what I mean? Because it's like I was always confused when I told you, like the annuities, like what is annuities and what is the term life? But you cleared those questions, and I'm like, okay, I see what policy would work for me better. You know, um, one other question.
Yes.
Um, does credit have anything to do with, people being able to get a life insurance?
No. I mean, we can put somebody in a policy again that fits their budget. Now, we're never going to put somebody into something that they can't qualify. They're going to ask you on a life insurance policy how much you make a year. They're going to ask questions like that. They want to know that somebody, again, like you were just saying a little bit ago, I want $1 million, okay? I want a $5 million policy. This person's only making 50,000 a year. Are we
Mm-hmm.
going to try to do something that they really, remember, times 10, is that something that they really need and why? And
Mm-hmm.
would they even be able to afford it? Okay, I get this big premium, I get this big commission check myself and take money out of your bank and you can't afford it for more than 3 or 4 months. I didn't do you any favors. I didn't take care of you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It needs to be something that takes care of the family and is beneficial.
Yeah, most definitely. Is there a number that, people can call you on if they, want to call you directly instead of going to your website?
Yeah, they could dial either my cell phone or they could dial um, at the office here also. Our office is 352-461-0645. Or you can bother me 24 hours a day on my cell phone at 352-519-2039. I pretty much sleep with that, and there's a lot of people who will call me. I'll be sitting on the sofa in the middle of the evening, and my phone will ring, and somebody will look over me and go, "Who's that?" And I'll just say, "It's just one of my clients needing something." They'll go, "Really?"
Okay.
And that's a peace of mind to them, knowing that if they've got that question, "Am I going to be okay? Do I
Yeah.
have? Can you help me?" They may have just got the bad news or something that day, and they don't know who to turn to. And I guess there's many times to turn to you.
Okay. Um, and this is the last question because I know that you're a busy guy, and I thank you so much for taking the time, from your busy agenda. I know that you're always on the go. Do you have to die in order for you to use your money if you ever
No,
needed it?
no, you don't. There's actually what's known now as living benefits. And if you become critical, chronic, or terminally ill, you can advance that money in advance.
Okay.
We had a great analogy, and I'll make it real quick on that. We had a gentleman that just up the road here in a town called Ocala. He got male breast cancer, and a man doesn't normally get male breast cancer. He had
Wow.
a 500 he had a $500,000 policy. He was told he only had about 6 months to live. He
Wow.
then took that policy, turned it into the company. They gave him, he didn't want it all. He wanted some of it. He only took half of it out at first. He took 250,000 of it. That left the rest of the policy. And he then took that money, paid his house off early, did some things to get his life in order, thinking that, the event was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Come to find out, he ended up living.
Oh boy.
He didn't owe the money back. He still had the rest of his policy left, and they attributed it possibly to the fact that he had peace of mind that his family was taken care of, that he
Mm-hmm.
would be able to then concentrate on getting better, or at least doing the treatment that they gave him.
Okay. Wow, that is crazy. The
And
things
they
I
gave him that
you
money
hear.
all up front. They gave him that money all up front. He didn't get little bits of it, so much a week or whatever. Here's that money. Do with it as you need. If you needed to put a wheelchair ramp in, if you needed to do whatever to make it better for your family. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, take one last trip with your family around the world if that's what it was going to take. That's your money.
That's awesome. Well, guys, I hope that if you have any questions, I'm going to put Michael's phone number in the comments, and feel free to contact him. He'll definitely take care of you. As you can see, he's an awesome person, very friendly to talk to. So, Michael, thank you so much for taking the time to, do this with me. I always want to share information, and I appreciate you.
Yeah, I appreciate you. Thank you for your time.
All right, Michael, have a great one. Bye-bye.
Everybody have a great night. Thank you.
Bye-bye.